Hey guys, Brix back with another LEGO Transformer review, and today we'll be diving into part 3 of our version 2 Menasor. Let's check out Breakdown. Alright, so here we have Breakdown, completely revamped version 2 super rolling action. That's the one thing about these Stunticons, they're a lot more fun to roll. They're not all, the wheels aren't all caught up and stuff like that. So, no, these are pretty fun. The main thing that's revamped is this whole part right here. It's kind of like a remix of what I did with my wind charger, where these pieces fold behind the feet and become like the heel spurs. And then the windshield just, folds up pretty much on the back along with the hood now. And the wheel transformation is a little different. They hang off of the shoulders versus staying attached to the hood. So this will be the main transformation guide for the rest of the Stunticons, because they all pretty much follow the same suit versus Dragstrip, who was like mildly different. So get you a full 360 on how this looks here. Like it, very nice sleek design. Rolls very well. So, I guess first we will go into like leg mode, and then arm mode, and then robot mode. So for leg mode, what you pretty much want to do, I mean, it's a little involved, but you got to reveal this port, of course. So when you lift it up, you're lifting up all of this. All of this comes up with it now. So just getting that nice and open and ready. Make sure everything is nice and straight. Cool. So that's where you want that. And then of course, to get the combiner port going, oh boy, I gotta zoom out for this guy. Make sure you guys can see everything. So you're gonna lift up the windshield. Alright, and then you could move the arms a little forward, because that kind of helps unlock this whole area on the same double hinge that Dragstrip had. And then make sure that the head is brought in all the way to the chest, and of course be able to rotate. It's super tight. He has been in Menasor mode for almost 2 years now. So once you have the port up like that, give those black bricks a good squeeze, and then bring up the combiner port like so. And then you're gonna bring the arms down, and then this is where we get into like the wheel transformation, where we will take, let's see if I could kind of zoom in on this part, be all professional and stuff. Alright, is the phone gonna stay? I believe so. So basically what we're going to be doing is rotating up like that, and then rotating at the shoulder. Like so. So that's how the wheels would transform for robot mode as well. So then you're just going to drop it back out like that to the side. So we'll zoom back out and do the same on the other side. So pick it up and rotate at the base, ideally without breaking anything off. But this is meant to be a lot easier than what it was before, with all the, hinged bricks and stuff. It was just way too much going on. So that's what it should look like. So we are doing leg mode. Make sure everything's nice and straight for that. We're going to bring in our foot. And basically, for this part, we will be bringing this up. The windshield's going to probably stay down just like that. And then bring these halves up to where now the hood of the car is pretty much meeting the roof of the car is meeting the hood of the car. But actually, let me see that. Yeah, we got to bring up the hood a little bit more to where that sits flush like that, because you want this part to be straight as possible. So kind of get that going like that, and then you want that to be able to collapse in. So maybe we will move the windshield up, because that's all secondary, just the windshield and stuff. And you can bring this down, and that'll kind of hold all of that in place. And then you bring the foot back in. And the good thing about this is that now you have that gap right there to kind of like help solidify that as you, or reinforce that as you push the foot in, like that. So that would be breakdown and foot mode, which I believe, yeah, he is one of the feet, yeah, because it's, oh boy, drag strip and this guy, dead end, I think, yeah. It's really hard to remember all the names once you have like nearly 300 of these things built. So yeah, that's how it looks, and that's how it looks from the side, which I didn't show a drag strip like that. So that way, I mean, it's way better weight distribution than it was before, because otherwise this would have been all the way to the back, the car would have been kind of hanging out there, and then this would have been the front of what you see from, you know, my first version of Menasor. So now it's more G1 accurate to where you're kind of seeing the underside and the chest and everything of the robot in combined mode. So that was something I wanted to work on. And then something else I also didn't really show off too much, you know, just how that kind of looks with the leg. It'll be like, well, you still can't see it too much. So that's kind of what it would look like. Very nice. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Still not quite as big as Devastator, but because Devastator is now officially the largest combiner that I have, at like 15 inches, I think. And all my other combiners are roughly like 12, 13 inches. And that's pretty much comparable to the actual Combiner Wars line. And I get to do that while keeping, you know, the torso guy deluxe class. I love it. And they're stronger too than the actual Hasbro ones too. So let's get this guy in arm mode. Pretty much all keeping the same way. Let's pretend he'll be the right arm, and we're just gonna rotate all of this to the side. For the arm, we will probably, let's see, kind of want to get the arm out of the way to some degree. Let's bend this out the way. Let's see how much we could get done with this. I'm actually just freestyling this at this point. So bear with me as we all figure this out together. So for this, and of course you want to be able to have the combiner port out to the side. Come on, work with me here. Very good. Nice little squeeze. And then we could bring the hood in, bring the windshield in also. And then we got that so far. And then we get the hand. And that's why all of those exposed studs are there. Now you could actually also use the, because these are just 1x2s, the angular plates. So these were designed before like the 1x1s came out. So you could actually fill those in if the color, you know, if they have the color that you're looking for. I didn't bother with that since LDD doesn't have that and they're pretty strong without it anyway. So, you know, it'll just be more of a cosmetic addition. So yeah, that is breakdown in arm mode. Looking super dupe. Very nice, very nice. We can pop that off and get to robot mode. So we could just pretty much just flip these legs out now just to kind of get them out the way. Then we're going to take the top part right here, rotate it, and then bring it in. Like so. Just like we would do with Wild Rider. And I believe I did this with Streetwise also for Defensor. I'll rotate this, do our normal thing like that, and we're gonna leave this there for now while we, you know, get everything else situated. Bring the windshield up. Gotta kind of do things in order, and bring the little finer port all the way in. Bring the arms up without breaking them off, which you got to kind of bend these up to do so. Very good. And then that allows you to rotate that in, get it nice and flat and flush. And then you could kind of pose up the arms before you rest the wheels on the shoulders. Don't know why I want to say go round and round. Got the head there, and then you could kind of like just push everything to the back and bring that in if you want to. And there you have breakdown. Now the thing that I like about this is that he has better heel support. The design makes him a little bit taller. The knees are still like, you know, my new knees where like it sits further in are a lot better. So I didn't want to completely redesign that because then I have to redesign the whole line. But the chest is a lot more built up because before you would just see the clips of where the neck was, and it's just like this gaping hole right there. So I filled that in. The chest is a lot more filled in. You don't really see the combiner port in robot mode anymore. The backpack is a lot more flush to the back because it doesn't have to compensate for the wheels. And before I had this whole maxi fig hand with the bar that I have to twist around, and he had like this huge hump hanging. It was crazy. It was just overall crazy. Now I would love to be able to hide the wheels somewhere somehow, but for now this works, I guess, the best for me, maybe. Or ideally what I would also like to do, if I didn't have to do this whole double jointed system, is do like what I do for my my mini cons, which are now in deluxe, and just take the whole front and just flip it straight to the back to where the wheels are just, everything's just sitting on the back versus the wheels being on the shoulders. But then I don't know how to do that in combiner mode yet, so we'll see. You know, there's always room for you know, newer versions and stuff. So, but all the same articulation as before. You just have to be a little bit more mindful of these pieces right here. Which now I'm thinking about, yeah, I had these in the design, so then, well, the under ones, I didn't see the over ones yet. Yeah, that does make sense. I'm like, why wouldn't I have put those in the knees if they existed already? But I think I only had the under ones in stock. So, yeah, if you want to move the arm up, you just have to move those tires out the way to accommodate for that. And kind of hold the shoulder down because it's still really only on by like a one stud connection. Almost forgot this piece. I know I would watch this video later and hate myself for that. So yeah, like I said, all the same articulation. So we could bring in the rest of the gang. So far, looking super dupe. Really nice, really nice. We got 3 more of these to go, but those reviews for the rest of the guys won't be as extensive as him because you'll just see him in car mode, spin him around, leg mode, spin him around, arm mode, spin him around, robot mode, spin him around, because the transformation is all pretty much the same. Alright, so I think we are done with breakdown. Instructions, of course, are on brixmediastudios.com already. Quite a few people have already been enjoying these models, probably in their home already before the filming of this video. So don't be the last one, guy. Come on, get you some Menasor version 2 going. Alright, so I will see you guys next time. Peace.